Okay, it looks like we have 3 of the committee members on the call.
All right. Yeah, it's still 9:59. So
Yes.
nope, there we go.
Okay,
Okay.
all 4 committee members are now on the call.
And the
All right.
recording has begun.
All right. I'd like to call to order the October 4th, 2023 meeting of the State Records Committee. My name is over the airwaves electronically. My name is Al Rose. I am the State Auditor's representative, and I am the chair. Also present is Susan Becker, the Attorney General's representative and vice chair. Gwen Stamey is Office of Financial Management's representative, and Heather Hirataka, the State Archivist, is our secretary. There's a number of people here, and it's always nice to break in. And I'm going to call some of them out because it looks like the software has been upgraded, and it actually then also gives people's names and entities. To that degree, I see that Denise Carlson from BCYF is here. Of course, Scott Stackett from the State Auditor's Office. Barbara Benson, again, from the UW. Thanks for being here. There's Sean Dennison, and looks like UW Medicine. We have Lynn O'Shea, and I believe your SAO as well, correct? No?
UW Records Management.
UW Records Management.
She's mine. I claim her.
Rachel
She's mine.
Souza, looks like Records Management, UW. Eugene Abwan from the Department of Licensing. And if I have, there's a myriad of little round circles with alphabets with letters in them. And if you want to introduce yourselves also for the record, I'd appreciate it.
My name is Rachel Wilson. I'm a records consultant here at the Olympia branch for the Washington State Archives.
I'm Scott Sackett. I'm a records consultant with Washington State Archives, located at the Central Region branch in Ellensburg.
I'm Sean Reichard, a senior records consultant with the Washington State Archives in the Bellingham branch by way of Blaine today for a record conference.
Again, Eugene Aubon from Department of Licensing, and with me today is David Ingbrecht and Joe Preddy, my team.
Anybody else would like to introduce themselves for the record?
Good morning, everyone. This is Carrie Ann Gallagher, Public Records Officer and Records Management Coordinator at Clark College in Vancouver.
Okay. Next item on the agenda then is the approval of the August 2nd, 2023 minutes. Has the committee had an opportunity to review those minutes? Is there any questions? Okay. I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes of August 2nd, 2023 minutes, meeting as presented.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right. Any requests for discussion? Hearing none. Then all in favor of approving the August 2nd, 2023 minutes of the State Records Committee signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Hearing 4 ayes and no nays, the motion to approve passes unanimously. Next item on the agenda is adoption of today's agenda. Has the committee had an opportunity to review today's agenda as presented? All right, thank you. Any questions? Hearing no questions, then would entertain a motion to adopt today's agenda as presented.
And I move to adopt today's agenda as presented.
A second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any requests for discussion? Hearing no requests for discussion, then I'll call the question. All those in favor of adopting today's agenda as presented signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Hearing no nays and 4 ayes, the motion to adopt today's agenda as presented passes unanimously. Roman numeral 2 on today's agenda is Washington State Archives updates, and the first capital A is announcements from the state archivist.
Good morning, everyone. We're happy to see so many of you on the call. Thank you for coming. Nice to see some familiar faces out there that I haven't seen in a while, like Denise. So good to see you. We are very busy here at State Archives. We have been out and about attending conferences, continuing our education in best archival practices. We've also been out and about conducting some trainings, which has been great. We continue to monitor our budget, our Fund 441, which is our funding that comes from document recording fees, which, as I'm sure many of you can imagine, is not doing so well. So we continue to monitor that. We're carrying 11 vacancies right now at Archives, which is 20% of our staff. So that is a bit of a gulp for me, but we are trying to really be conservative and make sure that we are not overspending our allocations, that we're not dipping into reserves very far. So it has been a bit of a challenge for us, but we are preparing a decision package to go forward during the next legislative session. And again, being fiscally responsible while still maintaining our statutory responsibilities. We did just attend the licensing and recording conference with the county auditors last month in Leavenworth, and that was a great experience for our team. We were there for the recording portion of it and making lots of headway and inways with our partners in auditor recording. We're also making a substantial investment into the digital archives portion of what we do and making sure that our digitally born records and electronically born records, that we're working on that infrastructure, because as you can imagine, with the past few years and many people remote working, we have lots of electronic records that we anticipate coming our way very soon. So that is the brief, quick, in a nutshell update from State Archives, and I'll throw it over to Russell for his update.
Yes, welcome everyone. And all I was going to mention is that happy Archives Month, because October is Archives Month. Those of you who are hanging out for a haunted tour, there is not a haunted tour this year, but we are always welcome. We always welcome people to come and tour our facilities across the state. So reach out if you're interested in doing that, or bringing some of your colleagues along to see what happens and get them involved in being part of preserving the records of the state of Washington.
All right. Well, thank you very much for those updates. The next item, Roman numeral 3 on the agenda, is new business, and those are updates to agency schedules. The first agency schedule to be reviewed is Department of Children, Youth, and Family Records Retention Schedule version 2.1. Thank you for being here today. Is there anything you'd like to say?
No.
All right. Well, it's a lot of work, and we appreciate it.
Well, I would like to say something, just to what a great experience I've had with Jamie, working with Jamie. I do want to say
great.
that.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that. The committee has an opportunity to review DCYF schedule. Are there any questions? Okay. Hearing no questions, then I'd entertain a motion to approve the schedule from DCYF version 2.1 as presented.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Any request for discussion? Hearing no request for discussion, then I'll call the question. All those in favor of approving the DCYF retention schedule version 2.1 as presented signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Hearing no nays and 4 ayes, the motion to approve the DCYF schedule passes unanimously. Thank you for being here, and thank you for all your work.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda, number 2, is Department of Licensing Records Retention Schedule version 1.5. Thank you for being here and thank you. Is there anything that you'd like to say?
Sure. I just want to say thank you, obviously, to State Archives for helping us navigate this particular update. It's long overdue. The subject is vehicle registration activity, and it was a gap that I noticed when I first started in my position 3 or 4 years ago. And unfortunately, due to bandwidth, we haven't really been able to tackle it because of the complexity and the impact that it actually has for the whole state. Everybody has a vehicle, everybody has a registration or multiple. So over the years, and for us to be able to fill this gap, to be able to do the work was valuable on so many levels. First of all, for my team, David and Joe, to be able to work with those program areas and all of our constituents to make sure that we're doing the right thing and that we documented it accurately, and for them to be able to learn the process, which is incredible. As always, Russell's group is always very helpful, and they've created such a unique and fully encompassing process that I feel like it's very solid and almost historical given the subject matter for this whole state. So we're really excited for the amount of records that it's going to impact, for us to be able to have that risk mitigation and to manage our records appropriately. So thank you very much, Russell, and your group.
Well, thank you. Are there any questions from the committee with regard to the DOL Records Retention Schedule 1.5 as presented? Any questions? Okay. Then entertain a motion to adopt the DOL Records Retention Schedule version 1.5 as presented.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, there's been a motion and a second to approve the Department of Licensing Record Retention Schedule version 1.5 as presented. Are there any requests for discussion? Hearing no requests for discussion, then call the question. All those in favor of approving the Department of Licensing Records Retention Schedule version 1.5 as presented signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Here, any nays? Hearing no nays and 4 ayes, the motion to approve passes unanimously. Thank you for being here and thank you for all your work and your remarks. The next item for updates to agency schedules is the Eastern Washington University Records Retention Schedule version 1.4. Is there anybody here from the from Eastern Washington University? Okay, doesn't sound like it. So the committee is.
Nicole is there, but she has no mic, she says.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you very much. We just want to appreciate your being here and your work in this matter. The committee's had an opportunity to review the schedule changes. Are there any questions? Hearing that there are no questions, then would entertain a motion to approve the Eastern Washington University Records Retention Schedule version 1.4 as presented.
I'll move.
Is there a second?
And I'm happy to second.
All right, thank you. There's been a motion and a second to approve the Eastern Washington University Records Retention Schedule version 1.4 as presented. Is there any request for discussion? Hearing no request, then call the question. All those in favor of approving the Eastern Washington University Records Retention Schedule version 1.4 as presented signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Hearing no nays and 4 ayes, the motion to approve passes unanimously. Thank you for all your work in this matter. The last item under new business is the University of Washington Records Retention Schedule version 2.26.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Hope you all are doing well too.
Is there anything that you'd like to say or anything I point out about the retention schedule, Ms. Benson, 2.26?
Just thank you again for your consideration.
All right. All right. Is there any questions from the committee in regard to this proposed records retention schedule? No questions then. I would entertain a motion to approve the University of Washington Records Retention Schedule version 2.26 as presented.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion and a second to approve the University of Washington Records Retention Schedule version 2.26. Is there any request for discussion? Hearing no request for discussion, then call the question. All those in favor of approving the University of Washington Records Retention Schedule version 2.26 as presented signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Hearing no nays and 4 ayes, the motion to approve passes unanimously. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you
you.
so much.
We'll see you in 2 months.
You will, and we have surprises for you. We're doing environmental health and safety. And so those are some very interesting record series that we're grappling with. So it should be a much more interesting submission than this time.
All right, thank you very much. Then the next item onto the agenda, Roman numeral 4, is other business. Ms. Wood, is there any other business?
No, there is no other business.
Item 5 is next meeting, which is December 6, 2023. That's our previously approved schedule of meetings. And then the last item under the agenda, 6, is adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Oh,
There's,
I can second.
is there a second?
I can second.
All right, thank you. There's been a motion and a second to adjourn today's meeting of the State Records Committee. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
aye.
Aye.
Hear any nays? Hearing no nays and 4 ayes, motion to adjourn passes unanimously, and we adjourn today's October 4th, 2023 meeting of the State Records Committee at 10:19 a.m.
Thank you,
you.
everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Aye.
You won in December.
Yeah.